So, Andrew, many of us out there would, of course, welcome the idea of being blessed enough to have a relative pass down property to us, or maybe some stocks, bonds, or mutual funds that can come from a parent or a grandparent. And so if you are blessed enough to be in the well wishes of a relative who's going to pass down said property to you, there are some very complicated taxable situations that you may have to be aware of. And so we are going to try to highlight that in our short retirement education concept video today. So you're certainly going to want to stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Concepts videos. These videos were created to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Yes, because with so many retirement concepts and so many retirement strategies out there, so many retirement products for consumers to have to digest, we think that it is vitally important that we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a comprehensive roadmap that will let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Carson, inheriting assets is a very real situation for many Americans, but the rules can be confusing on the taxes. So how can we simplify that?
Yeah, the rules on inheriting property, Andrew, can be somewhat confusing, but there is a way to simplify it if you know about a really unique terminology known as step up in basis. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that one more time. Step up in basis. That is what you need to know about if you're going to be inheriting any type of property or assets from a parent or grandparent or anyone that's going to be of value. And so we are going to talk about this little term and how it may affect you if you're going to be receiving property or any type of asset from a relative or grandparent or whomever it may be. But before we do that, there are always two rules to retirement income that we like to give you. Andrew, what are those two rules?
Well, rule number one is to never run out of money. And rule number two is to never forget rule number one.
So now let's go ahead, Andrew, and dive into our discussion today to talk about that if you're going to be inheriting any type of property or assets from anyone, how your taxable situation may be affected.
Carson, what does a step-up basis mean in layman terms?
Yeah, I'm sure many people who are watching this may have never heard of step up in basis, or step up in cost basis is also what is known. But a step up in basis is really simple to understand. Basically, if you're going to inherit any type of property, Andrew, that can be land, that can be a home, that can also be some type of art, or maybe even some coin collection that a parent or a relative may want to leave behind for you. You would get what is known as a step up in basis on that value. But I do want to make sure that I do a little side note here too as well as we continue this. If someone leaves behind like an IRA or an annuity or a 401k, those type of assets do not receive this step up in basis that we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and digress from there. So as I was saying, if you're receiving anything else like property, art, I repeat, or a collection of any sort, if you receive that as a beneficiary, you're going to get what is known as a step up in that cost basis. So I want to go ahead and give an example on the screen how this may work. Let's just say, Andrew, you have a parent that purchased a property that when they bought it, it was valued at $100,000 at the time, okay? Now, when they pass that on to you upon their passing, the property value or the fair market value of that property had now increased to $500,000, okay? So $500,000. Now, if you did not have this step up in basis, if you sold that property immediately, you would have what is called a $400,000 capital gain. But because of the step up in basis clause, if you sold that property right away, you would literally owe no taxes on that particular property. So let's look at this example as well. So you inherit the property for $500,000 now. If that property, that becomes your new cost basis, by the way. That $500,000 is your new cost basis. But if that property then in your possession, you wait to sell it, increases to $600,000. If you decide to sell it at that point, you would then have a long-term capital gain of $100,000. That's the difference between the $600,000 appreciation and your original cost basis now of $500,000. No longer is the $100,000 your original cost basis. So Andrew, what you can very clearly see is that because of this unique tax code, it can be a huge benefit to those of us who may receive an inheritance from someone close to us.
Carson, you mentioned that someone would have a capital gain if they sold their property for more with the new cost basis.
Yes.
But what if they sold it for less?
So Andrew, that's a very good question that you posed here, because you can do that. Let's just say, for instance, you inherited a property and it was $250,000 in this example here. And for whatever reason, you wanted to go ahead and unload that property, right? And let's just say you sold it for $225,000. Well, your fair market value was $250,000. So you literally have a loss of $25,000 on this particular property. But what you can do is carry forward those losses until that $25,000 is completely used. You can only carry forward $3,000 per year, but you can carry forward that loss against your other income until the $25,000 loss is completely used up. And then, of course, you can no longer write off that $3,000, obviously. But that is what you can do if you have a loss from a property that you inherited against its fair market value.
Carson, thank you again for your insight on this topic as well. And thank you for watching. And if you felt this video was beneficial, please like this video and share with others.
So I really do hope that the information that we shared with you today in this short educational video was beneficial to you. Please remember that these videos are always created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. And if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these type of complex financial matters, we highly encourage you to click on the link in the description below and go ahead and schedule your free 1-hour consultation with us today.
For more information about this topic or any other topics that we've shared in our other videos, please feel free to reach out to our office or leave any comments or questions in the section below. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.